Isang masayang pagbati na may ngiti sa aking mga labi. Naghahanap ba kayo ng makakatuwang sa pagre-review ng inyong anak? Meron yan sa DepEd. Ang ETUlay online tutorial ay libre at handog ng ating kagawaran sa pangunguna ng OUA ICTS EdTech. Ito ay isang proyektong makatutulong sa mga mag-aaral, katuwang ang mga magulang o kasama sa kani-kanilang tahanan para masagutan at maunawaan ang mga modules. Hangad din ng programang ETUlay ang matulungan ang ating mga guro sa kanilang mga blended learning classes. Ang ating ETUlay ay mula kinder hanggang senior high school. Bukod sa academics, meron din tayong mga special programs gaya ng All is Wellness, Reading and Math Remediation, Storytelling, Mommy Tech Talks, Classes sa Gramatika, Speech Class, Financial Literacy, at marami pang iba. Pinalawig din ng ETUlay ang ating Alive program para sa mga mag-aaral mula grade 1 hanggang grade 3. Gayon din ay mayroon tayong ALS program at SPED tutorials na makasisigurong makakamit ng lahat ang inclusive education. May SPED hotline na rin para sa inyong mga katanungan patungkol sa special education. Kaya, subaybayan mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes, mula 9:00 ng umaga hanggang 7:00 ng gabi ang ating ETUlay. Sa ating pagtutulungan, maiaangat natin ang bawat isa. Ating itutulay ang pagkatuto upang di mapigil ang pag-aaral ng kabataang Pilipino. Itulay natin ito, sulong edukalidad.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive, and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Yes, hello everyone. Good day, athletes from all over the Philippines. Diyos marhainal daw po. Once again, welcome on our DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. Hello po sa
Good,
iyo, Tutor Joy.
good afternoon, Tutor Roel. Isa na namang Friday na magiging punong-puno ng kaalaman kasama ang ating ETUlay learners at ang ating mga math coaches at syempre ang ating mga math Husays. Magandang hapon po sa lahat ng nanonood.
Yes. Okay po. Ngayon, we are on the 8th week sa ating third quarter dito sa DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. So, athletes, once again, atin yung itutuloy ang pagkatuto ng bawat batang Pilipino sa Sipnayan. So, once again, ako po si Tutor Roel from SDO Camarines Sur, your math coach in Math 10.
At ako naman po si Tutor Joy mula sa SDO Caloocan City, isa rin sa inyong mga math coach para sa Mathematics 10.
Okay, Tutor Joy, alam ko at this point, maraming mathletes ang nanonood sa atin this time, di ba? Sino-sino kaya sila? Alam ko, marami sa kanila comes from San Mariano National High School, also from Ocampo National High School. Meron din po from Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School. Saan pa po yung iba, Coach Joy?
Meron din Coach Roel mula sa Ocampo National High School, Colyat High School at Macabebe High School. Ayan, shout out po sa inyo mga mathletes at mga parents and coaches. Hello po.
Hello po, yes. By the way, bago ko po makalimutan, yung isa ko pong estudyante, nagpapa-shoutout daw siya. So, hello po sa iyo, watching from Ocampo National High School, si Warren. So, hello sa iyo, Warren. Alam ko, nag-aaral siya ng mabuti, especially in mathematics. Also, sa lahat din ng students ko po, from 10B and other sections po. Okay. Alam mo, Coach, so excited na ako for this time. Kasi ngayong week, ang gagawin natin ay review, at the same time, recognition din kung sino-sino yung mga magagaling nating mathletes, mahuhusay na mga school, at supportive na math coaches. Tama po ba?
Tama ka dyan, Tutor Roel. At nakakatuwa, parang kailan lang tayo nagsimula ng third quarter, tapos ngayon tapos na kagad. Tapos next week, Holy Week, then fourth quarter, parang konting-konti na lang nararamdaman na natin yung bakasyon. Di ba, Tutor Roel?
Exactly po. Okay. Ngayon, kumusta kayo yung mga estudyante natin, mathematics natin na nanonood this time? Alam ko, ready na sila na i-take yung challenge para, okay, kung ano kayo mga magiging sagot naman nila, titingnan natin. Alam ko, lahat sila may isasagot sa mga question na ibibigay natin, di ba? Pero bago yan, syempre, magre-review muna po tayo. Okay. So, yan nga.
Ayan, tama ka dyan, Tutor Roel. At muli po kasama rin natin si Tutor Avhil, nasa backstage siya, ang ating director. At kasama rin sa group ng ating Mathematics 10. Yan, shout out po sa iyo, Tutor Avhil. At
hello,
syempre, Tutor Roel, meron tayong episode last week at yun yung week 7 natin, no? At merong mga sumagot na mga mathletes, gusto natin silang i-recognize.
Yes, tama po. Just like sa week 1 to week 6, meron tayong mga mathletes for week 7 na challenge na sumagot po. Sino-sino kaya ang mga magagaling nating mathletes for week 7? We have, ayan na. Congratulations po sa iyo, mathlete Rainiel M. De Vera from Macabebe High School, SDO, Pampanga. So, virtual clap po sa iyo.
Sino pa mention? Ayan, nandyan din, Tutor Roel, si John Carl O. Centillas from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur. Ayan,
yes.
Palakpakan.
Ganun po yan. Magaling yan estudyante. Okay. Wow. And also, we have from Colyat High School, SDO Quezon City, we have Rhea Nina A. Tercero. Congratulations, Rhea Nina.
At syempre, panghuli, pero not the least, we have Althea Tesaya G. Taginod. Mula naman po siya sa San Mariano National High School, SDO Isabela. Pa-mention naman at bigyan natin ng virtual clap ang inyong classmate or schoolmate sa ating comment section. Ayan.
Okay.
At syempre, meron din po tayong Math Coach of the Week, Tutor Roel.
Yes, sino po siya? So for our Math Coach of the Week, congratulations po and thank you to Ma'am Jeneline S. Ignacio from Macbebe High School, SDO, Pampanga. Thank you so much po, ma'am. Alam ko po, ini-inspire ni ma'am yung mga math natin to participate in our DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. Di ba po?
Naniniwala ako dyan, Tutor Ruel. Kaya
Yes.
nga maraming laging nakaabang sa ating Math 10 session. At syempre, kung meron tayong Mathlit, Math Coach of the Week, meron din tayong i-recognize today or for week 7 na Math Husay School. At solo ito ngayong linggo, Coach Ruel. Yan ang Macabebe High School mula po sa SDO Pampanga. So shout out po sa lahat ng school administrators, faculty, parents, and learners mula po sa Macabebe High School.
Hello po. Okay, congratulations po sa lahat ng na-feature po natin this time. Alam ko po, Tutor Joy, by fourth quarter, mas marami pa po magpa-participate sa ating ETUlay tutorial. Di ba? I assure you po niyan.
Looking
Okay.
forward ako dyan, Tutor Roel. Kaya simulan na natin.
Okay. Alam ko po, excited ang mga maths natin. So for this time, for week 8, we will have a quarter end review and recognition. So once again, ako po si Tutor Ruel with Tutor Joy and ang ating director na si Tutor Abhil.
Okay, so simulan natin, Tutor Ruel. Medyo recall tayo. So syempre, mula nung week 1, meron tayong yan. So syempre, i-grab din natin yung chance na mula nung week 1 hanggang week 7, ang ginamit nating reference ay mula po sa Cordillera Administrative Region. And syempre, let's get started with our third quarter quick review. So medyo reminisce tayo. Nung week 1, Mathlets, pinag-aralan natin ang linear permutation of distinguishable objects. At dyan lumabas yung FCP. Diba, Tutor Ruel? Ayan.
Yes. Ano nga kayang ibig sabihin ng FCP? Okay, Mathlets, pag sinabi pong FCP, that is the fundamental counting principle, wherein it states that if one event has m possible outcomes and a second independent event has n possible outcomes, then there are m times n total possible outcomes for the two events to occur together. Coach Joy, anong ibig sabihin po kaya niya ng FCP yan?
Ayan, so kung halimbawa, kailangan natin malaman yung total number of possible outcomes ng isang experiment, then we simply multiply them. So halimbawa, yun yung representation, m possible outcomes, then second independent event is represented by n possible outcomes, then we just simply multiply them together. That's why we have the representation of m times n. And that implies that m times n, which is the product, their product will be the total possible outcomes for the two events para mangyari yon ng parehas. And we also have permutation, Tutor Roel. We can recall, Mathlets, that when we say permutation, this is used to indicate ordered arrangement of objects. Dito natin sinasabi na mahalaga ang order or arrangement. And in mathematics, when we say permutation of n objects taken n at a time, ito po yung ating notation. Mahalagang malaman natin yung notation eh. Because math is a language, so when we read it in our books, in different references, it's important that we understand each other. So meron dyan NPN. Ayan. Or pwede rin nating sabihin na, kasi ito ay equivalent din sa N. Ano nga yung exclamation that starts with letter F? It's factorial. So N factorial. Ngayon, Tutor Roel, ano nga po ba ang ibig sabihin ng factorial notation?
Okay, so Mathlets, ganito naman yan. Pag sinabing factorial notation, that is the process of multiplying consecutive decreasing whole numbers from an identified number down to 1. Again, it is the process of multiplying consecutive decreasing whole numbers from an identified number down to 1. Say for instance po, we have an identified number which is 7, and we're going to look for 7 factorial. To get 7 factorial, Mathlets, ang gagawin natin ay, we will simply multiply 7 times 6, times 5, times 4, times 3, times 2, down to 1. And the product is the answer of 7 factorial. Tama po ba yun, Tutor Joy?
Tamang-tama, simpleng pagkakapaliwanag, no, sir? At pag sinabing factorial notation, ang gamit natin dyan ay yung exclamation point sa English. Yan, baka sabihin natin mga number na naninigaw yan. Pero ang ibig sabihin sa math ay factorial notation. At syempre, nung week 2, Tutor Ruel, napag-aralan din natin yung distinguishable permutation of identical objects. Because it's also possible that we have a set wherein merong nare-repeat na object, 'di ba? Meron siyang kaparehas. So when we say permutation of identical objects, tandaan lang natin that we simply divide n factorial by the product of those identical objects. Natatandaan nyo yung kinukuha natin yung permutation ng letter sa isang word? Let's say for example, happiness. So, sa word na happiness, uulit yung P, uulit yung S. So, if you want to get the permutation of the letters of the word happiness, then you have to consider using this equation or formula. And next dito, Tutor Ruel, ay yung circular permutation. Natatandaan mo ba yan, Tutor Ruel? Yung may simulation pa tayo sa upuan.
Yes po. Okay po. We also have circular permutation. Pero bago yan, Coach Joy, dagdagan ko lang po. Yun sa distinguishable permutation, yung may mga nauulit, halimbawa nga nun yung word na book. Diba? Sa word na book, how many arrangements are there kung i-arrange natin yung mga letter ng word na book? So para makuha yon, base sa formula method, kasi take note mamaya magkakaroon tayo ng year-end summative test. Quarter-end summative test. So i-ready nyo po yung pen, paper, and calculator kung meron in answering the 15-item challenge. So mayroon dong part na gagamit kayo ng formula na ito. Okay po? So halimbawa, doon sa word na book. So ang gagawin lang, ang numerator niya ay n factorial. So ilan yung letters sa word na book? We have B, O, O, K. So we have 4. So that is 4 factorial. Kaya lang, ano naman yung denominator niya? So simple lang po, ang magiging denominator niya ay anong letter yung nauulit doon? So yung O, naulit twice. So since twice yun, ang denominator mo will be 2 factorial. Yung mga hindi nauulit, no need nang ilagay sa denominator. Kasi that is simply 1 factorial or 1. Okay po? Ang ilalagay lang yung mga nauulit na element. So that is, again, 4 factorial over 2 factorial. The answer is 12. So that is under the distinguishable permutation of identical objects. Nasabi nga din po ni Coach Joy na mayroon din po tayong circular permutation wherein may simulation nga doon. So sa isang round table, ilan yung possible number of ways para i-arrange yung given number of people? So ano yung formula po dyan, Tutor Joy?
Ayan, Tutor Ruel, pwede natin gamitin yung equation na n factorial over n or simply the factorial of n minus 1. So halimbawa, gusto nating malaman in how many ways can we sit on a circular table. For example, may 5 tayo. Yan, 5 tao na uupo sa isang round table. So in how many ways tayo pwedeng ma-arrange dun sa lamesa na yon, no? Ikot tayo dun or uupo tayo dun sa table or sa surrounding ng table, di tayo pwede umupo sa table. Ayan, so we have 5 minus 1, then to get the permutation of that situation or of that experiment, then we have the factorial of 4, which is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, which is equal to, ilan yun, mathletes? 24.
Okay, 4 factorial. Okay, correct po, Tutor Joy, that is 24. So before Coach Joy, mag-continue tayo, batiin ko lang po yung mga nanonood sa atin ngayon. We have, hello sa iyo, Mathlete Miriam, Archie, Charisma. We also have, sino-sino pa sila? We have Earl. We also have Almay. Okay, sino-sino pa sila?
Ayan, meron din po dito si Miriam Yadaw. Nanonood siya from San Mariano National High School. At nandito rin si Riza Elaine Barya. Mula naman po sa Alibadbad National High School. Uy, ngayon ko lang ito na rinig na school, sir. So if you're new to DepEd ETUlay, welcome na welcome ka, Riza. Pwede ka pang mag-invite ng inyong mga kaklase at teachers.
Yes. Ayan, po, tama
sir.
po yun. Yes, tama po yung Tutor Joy kasi alam po natin na marami tayong mathletes na nanonood from San Mariano, Godofredo, Puliat, Macabebe, Antipolo, Diamantina, We also have from Doña Magdalena Gafood, and also alam ko mas manaragdagan pa po yung participating schools natin. So yun nga po, going back. So for the review, pinag-uusapan po natin yung permutation. Again, para kunin po yung permutation or arrangement, we will simply get n factorial kapag lahat sila kasama sa i-arrange. Pero pag hindi naman lahat kasama, that is the permutation of n taken r at a time or NPR. Okay po? So, hindi lahat isasama, gagamit po kayo ng formula. Pero again, tinuro po namin ni Coach Joy yung shortcut po sa inyo, di ba? Halimbawa nga niyan, let's say we have 4P2. The permutation of 4 taken 2 at a time. So in short, you are going to multiply two numbers from 4 pababa. So that is 4 times 3 equals 12. Tama po ba, Coach Joy?
Yes, sobrang helpful ng shortcut na yon, Tutor Ruel, kasi kahit na wala kang gamit na calculator or cellphone sa tabi mo, kayang-kaya mo nang mag-compute. Yan.
Exactly po. Kasi again, Coach Joy, mahirap po umasa sa calculator kasi not all the time, nandyan siya lagi para sa inyo, di ba?
Yes.
Okay.
Tama po. And we can proceed to our week 3. Sabi nga natin, nagkakaroon tayo ng quick review. So kung napag-aralan natin, Coach Roel, yung permutation, meron din tayong tinatawag na combination. If permutation gives significance to the arrangement of objects in the set, dito naman sa combination, hindi ganun kahalaga ang order. So, sa combination, for example, we have a set of letters A, B, C. Sa permutation ng ABC, one count. Ang CAB, another count. But for combination, ang ABC, CBA, BAC ay isang count lang. Tama ba, Tutor Roel?
Tama po, exactly. So, ibig sabihin under combination, medyo mababa yung number of ways, di ba? Sa permutation, medyo marami kasi we will multiply those. And sa combination, mababawasan kasi yung ABC, CBA, BAC counted as one arrangement, di ba? Or one combination nga po. Okay, ano naman po yung formula for that one?
Ayan, Tutor Ruel, tatandaan natin dito yung mga notation. Sabi nga natin, mahalagang notation sa math. So, meron tayo dito yung basa minsan NCR. Ayan, yung subscripts natin ay N at R. So, dito, malinaw sa atin that when we say C, this refers to the number of combination. Yung N naman yung total number ng objects sa isang set. At yung R, yung number of objects na kinukuha natin from the set at a time, no? So, meron tayo dyan NCR. Minsan naman yung capital letter C with close and open parentheses at N, R. At meron din yung makikita natin yung C, meron siyang superscript na N at subscript na R. Pero, ang ibig sabihin lang naman nito, when we have the combination of N objects taken R at a time, or pwede ring sabing N choose R, ang formula lang natin dito ay dinidivide natin yung N factorial. So, malinaw na ulit sa atin kung ano ibig sabihin ng N factorial. Tapos, i-divide natin siya sa product ng R factorial at factorial ng N minus R. Ayan, so, tama ba, Tutor Ruel? Ito yung NCR or sinasabi nating combination.
Tama po, exactly, Tutor Joy. NCR, the combination of N taken R at a time, where C, that is the number of combinations. Ang N naman is the total number of objects in a set, while yung R, the number of objects selected from the set. So wag lang pong kalilimutan ha, we have N and R. Hindi pwede pong mas malaki yung value ni R compared kay N. Kasi once you have the formula, kailangan nyo mag-substitute ng value ni N and R. Huwag nyo pong ipagpapalit yung value ni N and R. Si N and R, pwede maging equal, pero mas mataas pa rin naman si N. Okay po? So again, N is greater than or equal to R. Ngayon, paano mag-solve under combination? I-review ulit natin. Kung sa permutation, yung shortcut is i-multiply lang po. Sa combination, maglalagay po tayo ng denominator. Ulitin natin. For permutation, we have 4P2. Two numbers from 4 pababa. 4 times 3. So, magiging 12. Under combination po, let's say we have 4C2. maglalagay tayo ng denominator na 2 times 1. Okay, from 2 down to 1. Tandaan po metrics ha, kasama yan sa challenge natin mamaya. Okay po. Okay, Tutor Joy?
Yan. So, nati-take note at nare-recall nyo ba yung mga natin shortcut? Kasi mamaya meron tayong summative test, no? Tapos meron limited time. So, makakatulong yan sa atin sa pagsosolve natin ng mga problems na inihanda namin for you. So, syempre, sa week 3, meron tayong combination. Tutor Ruel, sa week 4, meron naman tayo, tumungo tayo sa probability of simple events. Yan. Pagkatapos talaga matutunan yung mga permutation, CP, tapos combination, papasok na dyan yung probability of simple events. Yan. Pag sinabi nating probability of simple events, we simply get the ratio nung number ng favorable outcomes all over the number of possible outcomes. Ang pinakasimple example natin dyan ay yung pag nagtotos tayo ng coin, gusto nating malaman ano yung probability na ang mag-a-appear dun sa tinos nating coin ay head, for example. So, kinukuha natin number of favorable outcomes over number of possible outcomes. So, in that experiment of tossing a coin, ilan ba ang possible outcomes, mathletes? So, simply we have 2. Kasi kapag nag-toss tayo ng coin, ang pwede lang namang lumabas dyan is either head or tail. Meaning, ang ating sample space ay nagko-contain ng dalawang elements. Yun ang head at tail. Pero, going back to the problem, we want to know what is the probability of getting a head or ang mag-a-appear dun sa tinos nating coin ay head, for example. So, meron tayong one favorable outcome. And that is 1 divided by 2 or simply, in fraction form, ang probability na mag-a-appear sa tinos na coin ay head ay 1/2. At tandaan, mathletes, pwede rin natin tong i-transform into decimal. What is 1/2 in decimal? That is 0.5. At syempre, kapatid ng fraction ng decimal ay ang percent form. We can also convert it into decimal by moving it 2 decimal places to the right. Then we have 50%. So that is an example of getting the probability of simple events. Right, Tutor Will?
Yes po, very well said. Alam ko po nakuha yan ni Julian, ni Earl Jeffrey, ni Miriam. Sino pa? Si Catherine. Same with Archie, Jillian, and sino pa? Ara Jane. Okay, hello po sa inyo. Nanonood po sila sa ating ETUlay tutorial this time. So yun nga, napag-iwanan po ni Coach Joy that the probability of simple events, simply kukunin lang yung number of events all over the number of possible outcomes or the sample space. Since dalawa yung possible, yung denominator ay 2. Yung head naman lalabas, isa lang naman yung possible na lumabas na head, so that is 1 out of 2. 1/2, 0.5, or 50%. Those represent probability. Diba po? And pag sinabi nating probability, the probability of an event must be a number from 0 to 1. So anong ibig sabihin from 0 to 1? Pag 0, hindi mangyayari yung event. Pag 1, siguradong mangyayari yung event. It's either 1 or 100%. Pag between 0 and 1, pwedeng mangyari o pwedeng hindi. Okay po? There's a chance na pwedeng mangyari or hindi. So in mathematical notation, we have the probability of an event is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 1. Yan po yung base niyan. Okay, ano pa yan, Tutor Joy?
Ayan, Tutor Ruel. So, kanina shout-out natin yung mga nasa Facebook. Gusto ko rin i-grab yung opportunity to shout out those ETUlay learners and coaches at mga math husay schools na nanonood through YouTube, through our YouTube channel. Ayan. So, going back to this, sabi nga ni Tutor Ruel, the probability of an event must be a number from 0 to 1. And meron din tayong mga operations on sets na pasok dito sa probability. So, kapag nakakita tayo ng notation, katulad nito, A, U, B, we read it as A union B or the union of event A and B. At ang basa dyan, pwede rin nating i-translate as A or B. Another one is when we see the inverted U. So, anong basa natin dyan? It implies intersection of events. So, pwede rin nating i-translate as A and B. So, this is more on getting more familiar with our mathematical notations. At Tutor Ruel, bukod sa simple events, kung may simple, meron din tayong compound events, right?
Compound. Yes po. And what do we mean by probability of compound events? So pag sinabing probability of compound events, it involves more than one event happening together. So compound events are usually connected by the words and or. Okay po? So and for intersection and or for union. Okay, nakalagay. Solving the probability of compound events can be illustrated using the concepts of union and intersection of events and the Venn diagram. I know that you're already familiar with Venn diagram. So nakalagay, the union of events A and B, denoted by A union B, is the set of all outcomes in either A or B. Pagsasamahin lang po yung elements sa lahat ng pagsamahin yung elements ng two given sets. While for the intersection naman, the intersections of events A and B, denoted by A intersection B, it is the set of all outcomes shared by A and B. Again, under intersection, ano yung common sa dalawang events or sets? While for the union, i-combine po yung elements ng two or more sets. Okay po?
Ayan, tama Tutor Ruel. At i-add ko lang din, bakit binibigyan natin ng highlight yung words na and or? 'Di ba yung mga connectors natin? Because when we have problems na naka-word, mga word problems natin, if it uses the connector and, that would imply na ang gagamitin natin ay intersection of events. And when we use the connector or, that will imply using union of events. Yon. At sa ating week number 5, meron din tayong pinag-aralan, probability of mutually exclusive events. Pag sinabi natin mutually exclusive events, kung i-represent natin yan using Venn diagram, naka-disjoint sila, 'di ba? So, wala silang common na element. So, para i-solve ang probability of mutually exclusive events, meron tayong solution or equation na mga notation natin, A or B there will represent the name of the events and P there stands for probability. So P of A or B or P A union B will simply ask you to add the probability of each event. Right, Tutor Ruel?
Yes po, tama po yun. So again, kapag or, i-add yung probability. Kapag and, intersection, we will multiply the probabilities. For this one po, for probability of mutually exclusive events, gumamit ng word na or. So for this one, we will add the two probabilities. Okay po, ganun lang kasimple. I-add lang yung dalawang probabilities. On the other hand naman, if we have mutually exclusive, may tinatawag naman tayong not mutually exclusive. Ibig sabihin, they have common elements. Kung meron silang common elements, ang probability nila to get the probability of not mutually exclusive events, magdadagdag lang tayo ng, we will add sa formula ng minus the probability of the intersection of A and B. Kung sa mutually exclusive, yung walang common elements, ipa-plus lang yung dalawang probabilities. Kapag may common elements sila, iba-minus po natin yung intersection po nila. Okay po? Ganun lang kasimple.
Yan, tama po kasi bakit natin binabawas yung common sa kanila? Para hindi madodoble yung bilang. So that's the logic there. And for week 6, we also have the probability of independent events. Ibig sabihin ng independent events, yung dalawang events, hindi naaapektuhan ng probability ng isa, yung probability ng second event. So, ang gagawin lang natin, we get the probability of A intersection B. At sabi nga ni Tutor Rowell kanina, if we have intersection of events, then we simply multiply the probabilities of these events. So, kung halimbawang independent events ang A and B, then we multiply probability of A and probability of B. And for probability of dependent events, Tutor Rowell,
Okay, for the probability of dependent events, we will simply multiply the probability of A and probability of B, wherein under the probability of B, it's B following A. In short, yung denominator po ni probability of B, babawasan lang ng isa. Okay po? Kasi nakadepende yung outcome ni B kay A. Okay po? Especially
Ayan.
kapag nakalagay is without replacement. Since hindi ibabalik yung given card or something sa isang experiment, mababawasan yung sample space po niya. Okay po? So,
Ayan.
ganun yung pinakaiba.
Na-target mo yun, Tutor Ruel, na-highlight mo yun, yung mga clue words or clue phrases natin na no replacement, no returning, without replacement. That's for dependent events. And lastly, for our week 7, yung pinaka-latest natin, it's all about the conditional probability. So, for example, we get the conditional probability of B given that A has occurred. Ito naman yung probability na nakabase sa mga kondisyon. No? Yung para makuha yung probability ng isang event, dapat may isang event muna na nangyari, no? Ayan. So for example, probability of B given that A has occurred will simply have a numerator of P, A intersection B, and ang ating denominator will be the probability of A. Ano yung probability of A na denominator natin? Yun yung event na nangyari na. And for its counterpart, Tutor Roel,
Okay, we have the conditional probability of A given that B has occurred. So probability of A given that B has occurred. Kapag given B yung naging situation, ang denominator mo is about the event B. Kapag ang situation or problem is given A, ang denominator mo will be about the event A. Okay po? Ngayon nakalagay, pwedeng probability ang ilagay or the cardinality. There are situations or problems na mas madali kapag cardinality na lang yung ilalagay sa numerator and the denominator. Okay po? And also, tutor, alam kong excited na sila to answer the challenge. Kaya alam ko, they're already ready. Let's get started po, siguro. Yun na nga.
Yes.
So again, mathletes, are you ready to take the quick check challenge? Alam kong ready na because you are #matibay.
yan.
Okay.
So let's start,
Another
Tutor
one po.
Roel.
Yes po, another one po. Mathletes, ready na po ba ang pen and paper and calculator? Alam pong ready na. Kaya number 1, Coach Joy, take it away.
Ayan, sabi ni Harchi sa comment section, Tutor Roel, ready na daw po siya. So let's have the first question. The probability that an event will occur given that another event has already occurred is called, is it A, probability of mutually exclusive events, B, probability of independent events, C, conditional probability, or D, simple probability. So again, lalagyan po nila ng item number at capital letter of their chosen letter.
Okay, and timer starts now. Okay, ano kaya yung sagot for challenge number 1? Siguro may mga sagot na po sila. We have Adam Ross, C. Okay.
Ayan, huwag kakalimutan ng item number.
Okay po. John Razel, we have C. Reaninia Mia, C. Catherine Piabon, C. Reves Reynal, C. Sino pa po, Tutor Joy?
Ayan, sabi rin ni Ellie Pelayo, C. Angelica Warren, C. At si Mark John Carl at Gerald, letter C. And time's up, Tutor Roel. Ano kaya ang tamang sagot? We have, ayan, letter C. Conditional probability. Wow, 1 point
Okay.
na sila, Tutor.
Yes, very good. Now, how about number 2? For number 2 naman, athletes, ready yourselves. We have a number is selected at random from the set 4, 5, 8, 10, 13, 15, 18, and 19. Now, find the probability of getting a prime number given that it is an odd number. Letter A, 1/3, B, 3/4, C, 2/3, or letter D, 1/4. Timer starts now. Mathletes, ano kaya yung sagot for number 2? Okay, give you a hint. For that one, ang numerator ay intersection po nila. Ang denominator naman, yung odd. Ilan yung odd number? Again, for the numerator, their intersection. Talking about prime, ano nga po yung mga prime numbers, Tutor Joy? We have?
Ayan, prime numbers will have factors na 1 and itself
Yes.
only. Ayan.
Okay,
So,
we have
anong sagot
2.
nila, tutor?
Okay,
May
we have
nakikita ko.
2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, 19. And the answer for number 2 ay letter?
Ayan. Letter B, Tutor Ruel. It's 3/4.
Yes po. Tama po sila, Rona, Warren, Gerald, Ara Jane, Mark, Mia, Julian, Pia, Rainiel, Catherine, Rhea Nina, Ibrahim. Wow, very good. Lahat po ng sumagot tama. Very good po. Why? You can see, Coach Joy, paano po nakuha yung number 2 answer?
Ayan, very quick lang. So, let's say event A will be the prime number, getting a prime number, and event B will be the event of getting an odd number. So, we are trying to get the probability of, conditional probability of A given that B has occurred. So, we have 3 prime numbers. Ano-ano yung prime numbers natin? Those are 5, 13, and 19. And we also have odd numbers. Kasama dyan ang 5, 13, 15, and 19. That's why in getting the probability of A given that B has occurred, we have 3/4. Yun. Tama, Teacher
Bigyan pa
Ruel?
natin ng konti, Coach Joy. Nakukuha nila, baka ma-perfect nila. How about
Ayan.
number 3?
Ayan, number 3 tayo, Tutor Ruel. A card is drawn from a deck of cards, then what is the probability that it is a black suit given that it is a king? So, deck of cards tayo. Is it A 2/13, B 1/13, C 1/4, or D 1/2? Timer starts now.
Okay, for that one, Coach, ang gagawin nila, ano yung intersection na black suit at king? Ilang cards yung color black, tapos king. While ang denominator ay ilang cards yung king. So, ganun lang kasimple. Alam ko may mga sagot
Tama.
na yan.
And don't
Tingnan nga
forget
natin.
to simplify. Diba, Tutor Ruel? Always
Yes,
simplify your answer. 1 second. And time's up. Ano po ang sagot, Tutor Ruel?
Ang sagot po nila A. Parang nalito lang po sila. Bakit hindi A yung sagot? Kasi again, ulitin natin ha. Sa black suit, next slide po tayo, Tutor Joy. Sa black suit, we have 26. Kasi 13 plus 13, we have spade and
Clover.
club. Okay. Now for king naman, we have 4. For their intersection, we have king of spade and king of clover or club. So merong 2. Ang denominator natin ay king. Ilan yung king? May 4. So that is 2 out of 4 or 1/2. Siguro po kasi namali sila, Coach Joy, kasi hindi sila familiar sa cards. So okay lang yan. So
hindi
okay
sila
lang po yan.
ng cards.
So huwag na kayo maglaro ng cards. Okay po?
Yan, may ilang mga nakakuha pero medyo marami-rami ang nalito. So pwede ninyong balikan ang problem na to. Tama, Tutor Ruel? Let's proceed to item 4.
Yes. And what is number 4? For number 4, Mathletes, eto naman yan. If one event can occur in P ways and a second thing can occur in R ways, then which expression gives the number of ways both events can occur? Is it A, P factorial R factorial, B, P times R, C, P factorial, or letter D, R factorial? Timer starts now. So this one, papasok yung FCP. Yes po. Or Fundamental Counting Principle. Coach Joy, sino na po yung may mga sagot?
Ayan, mukhang binabasa nila ng bawat phrase. Ayan, meron ng sagot si Mark Ryan Gonzalez. Ang sagot niya po, tutor, ay A. Si Gerald naman ay B. Si Jillian at Pia ay A. Si Jeneline ay A. Si Mia ay A. Pero ano nga ba ang tamang sagot? We have, we have letter B, FCP. Ayan, may humabol, Tutor Ruel. Mga tama din yung sagot. So, bakit nga ba FCP? Nandito ba yung, ay sorry. Ayan, wala po itong solution. Tatandaan lang natin yung FCP, which is the Fundamental Counting Principle. So we simply get the product of the um,
Two
two
events.
objects, two events. So we have P times R. Can we
Pwede
proceed
rin
to
niyang
number 5?
madagdagan pa ng isang event. Say for instance, we have the third event which
Ah,
is
yes.
S ways. So magiging siyang P times R times S para makuha yung total number of ways for that event to occur. Now, let's have
Right.
number 5. Bilisan po natin ng konti.
Ayan. For number 5, we have this. A coat hanger has 3 knobs, and each knob is to be painted by a distinct color. If 7 different colors of paint are available, then how many ways can the knobs be painted? Is it A, 200, B, 210, C, 220, or D, 230? Timer starts now.
Yes. Ano kayang sagot dyan? O reminder lang, Matrix, ha? Under the given problem, papasok po siya sa permutation. Kasi may arrangement. Ano yung position ng knob? Diba? So, permutation po yung concept na i-apply po ninyo dyan. So, we have 7, P, 3. Ano-anong numbers yung i-multiply? Tatlong numbers from 7 down to what? Okay, nang bahala niyan. Ano kayang
Ayan,
sagot?
sabi ni Catherine at Pia, we have letter B. And are they correct? Yes, they are correct. The correct answer is letter B. There are 210 ways that these knobs can be painted. So, permutation, sabi nga ni Tutor Ruel, we have 7p3, 7 times 6 times 5 is equal to 210. And we have challenge number 6. Go, Tutor Ruel.
Yes, for number 6 naman, athletes, in how many ways the letters of the word happy be arranged? Is it A, 30, B, 40, C, 50, or letter D, 60? Timer starts now. O, yan yung in-emphasize ko kanina. So we have permutation na may mga nauulit na elements. So for this one, naulit yung letter P. So, ang denominator mo will be 2 factorial. Ano yung numerator? Ilang letters po sila? We have H, A, P, P, Y. So, we have 5 letters. In short, 5 factorial over 2 factorial. Coach Joy, may mga sagot na po ba?
Ayan, sabi po ni Gerald D, ganun din si Harchie, si Catherine, si Mia, si Rhea Nina, Jillian at Adam Ross. Ayan, ang sagot nila ay letter D or dog, which is 60. Let's find out. We have, for number 6, correct, we have 60 ways. So, paano po ba yung Tutor Ruel? So, sabi nga niya, we have 5 factorial over 2 factorial. So, sabi ni Tutor Ruel, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 over 2 factorial, we have 60. Yan, sana all happy. Yan, happy. So, we have number 7. So, in challenge number 7, we are asked to solve in how many ways can 7 people be seated around a circular table. Oops, my clue, circular table. Is it A, 362,880, B, 5,040, C, 40,320, or D, 720? Timer starts now.
Yes, for this one, akala nyo sobrang hirap kasi sobrang laki ng choices. Nakalagay 7 people. Another clue, circular table. So yung formula is n minus 1 factorial. Babawasan nyo lang ng yung 7 ng 1, then get the factorial of it. In short, what is 6 factorial? Ano kaya yung mga sagot nila, Tutor Joy? May mga sagot na po ba?
Ayan, sabi ni Angelica, letter D, ni Riza Elaine, D. Sabi rin ni John Carl at ni Harchie ay letter D. Humahabol din si Warren at si Ara Jane. Ang sagot nila ay letter D, which is 720. Let's find out. Oops, sorry. And that is...
Correction po. The answer for number 7, it's letter D, 720 po.
Ayan, na mali ang ating highlight. So, it's correct, 720 because that is 6 factorial. Tama, Tutor Well?
Yes po. On the next slide po, may solution po yan.
Yan. Namali lang tayo ng choice
Yes po.
highlight. Yan. Yun, pwede nyo screenshot. 6 factorial is 720. There are 720 possible ways that 7 people can be seated on that circular table. Good job. And for our number 8 challenge, Tutor Ruel,
Yes, for number 8, evaluate the combination of 11 taken 4 at a time. Is it A, 310, B, 430, C, 330, or letter D, 410? Mathletes, what do you think? Timer starts now. So reminder, for number 8, yung shortcut natin, maglalagay lang kayo ng denominator which is 4 down to 1. Ang numerator niyo naman, for numbers from 11 downward. So 11 times 10 times 9 times 8. Para madaling isolve, instead na i-multiply niyo po siya, pwede mag-cancel na lang po muna kayo. Once na-cancel na yung common factor, then multiply the remaining numbers or factors.
ano
Coach
mga
Duan.
common answer nila, Coach Ruel?
Yes, for number 8, ang sagot po nila ay letter C. Sabi ni Harchie, Jillian, Rainiel, Janeline, and Riza. Wow, same with John Razel. Oh, very good po.
Malalaman natin. Oops. Ang tamang sagot ay tama, letter C. It's 330. Oh, walang calculator. Good job. Nice one. And for number 9, Tutor Ruel, let us proceed. Ay, ito yung solution na sinasabi ni Tutor Ruel. Yan, di ba? Kuhang-kuha yung technique. We have cancellation, which is now 330. And for number 9, ready na? A committee of 3 members is to be formed from 7 women and 5 men. The committee must include at least 2 women. So, at least 2 women, minimum of 2 women ang ibig sabihin. And how many ways can this be done? Is it A, 110 ways, B, 120, C, 130, or D, 140? Mathletes, timer starts now.
Medyo mahirap ng konti ito, Tutor Joy. Kasi ang gagawin nila, they will multiply the combination ng 7C2 and 5C1 plus the combination of 7C3 and 5C0. So bakit dalawa yung i-add? Kasi yung isa, may at least 2 women, while yung another one naman, at
Tatlo
least
na.
3 women. Yes po.
Tatlo
Ay
na
magiging
yung
3
babae.
women. Yes po. Ilan
Ayan.
kayong sagot?
May sagot na ba sila? Mukhang napaisip sila doon, Tutor Ruel. Medyo hindi mabilis yung pagko-comment nila. Yan, tingnan natin. 110, 120, 130, 140. Ilan kaya? Meron bang susubok? Kung wala, let's reveal the answer. It's letter D, 140. Oops. Paano nga ba yun, Tutor Ruel? We have here our solution. So, yung sinasabi nga natin, the combination of getting 2 women from 7 women multiplied by getting 1 man from out of 5 men. So, ayan yung FCP natin. Tapos yung isa naman, 3 babae. So, that's 7 combination, 7 taken 3 at a time. And then yung wala namang boy or wala namang man sa kanyang committee. So, that is 5C0. So, para ma-solve yan, we have to add 7C2 times 5C1 plus 7C3 times 5C0, and that is, pag sinimplify natin, that's 21 times 5, tapos yung isang combination natin is 35 times 1, so we have 105 plus 35, that's why we get 140, which means that there are 140 ways in having a committee of 3 members na may minimum na 2 women na members. Tama, Tutor Ruel?
Very well said po. Medyo mahaba kasi yung solution, kaya natagalan yung mathletes natin sa pag-solve. So, okay lang po yan. So, let's try number 10.
Ayan. For number 10, Tutor Ruel.
Okay, for number 10 naman, mathletes, If A is equal to 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and 13, and B is equal to 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, you're going now to find the cardinality of A union B. Is it letter A, 4, B, 6, C, 8, or letter D, 10? Pag sinabing cardinality, how many elements are there in the union of A and B? So, combine nyo muna yung elements ni A and B. Once you combine it, bilangin nyo po kung ilang elements sila. And that is the answer. Sige nga, mathletes. Ano po ang sagot for number 10? Alam ko makukuha po nila ito. Okay, let's see. Sino-sino po yung may mga sagot for number 10? Sabi ni Rainiel, Jeneline, Andrea, Nina, letter D. Same with John Carl. Okay, same with Warren C, Jillian D, Angelica D. Okay. Coach Joy, ano po yung tamang sagot?
Mukhang common sa kanila ang D at ang tamang sagot nga ay letter D. Very good, mathletes. Yan, bakit nga ba naging 10? Ano-ano yung elements ng A union B? So pagsasamahin, pero syempre, once lang natin isusulat yung common sa kanila. So we have 1, 3, 6, 1, 3, 5, 6, 9, 7, 12, 11, 15, and 13. So there are 10 elements. Now let's proceed to number 11, Tutor Ruel. A box contains 5 green marbles, 8 red marbles, and 3 blue marbles. If a marble is drawn at random, what is the probability of getting a green or a blue marble? So binibigyan kong emphasis ang word na or. A green or a blue marble. Is it A, 1 over 8, B, 1 half, C, 1 over 6, or D, 1/4? May clue ka bang ibibigay, Tutor Ruel?
Okay po, timer starts now. Okay, for number 11, mathletes, nakalagay or. Pag sinabing or, simply add the cardinality of that event. Pagka-add, divide it by the total number of marbles. Ilan yung total? 5, 8, 3, that is 16. Ano yung i-add nyo po for the numerator? Green and blue. 5 green, 3 blue. So add 5 plus 3, 8. Yung denominator, 16. Ano yung final answer? Okay,
So
ano
don't
po kayo?
forget to indicate the item number, no? Paalala sa ating mathletes sa comment section. Lagyan ng item number. Ang sagot po ni Ma'am Jesseline, ni Gerald, ni Mark, John, Razel, Rayaninia, Jillian, and Rainiel ay B as in boy, which is 1 half. Let's reveal, Tutor Ruel. We have letter B, 1 half. At bakit nga po ba naging letter B, Tutor Ruel? So we
Okay,
have...
bakit naging B, 1 half? Kasi again, i-add yung number of green and blue marbles. We have 5 plus 3, 8. While the total number of marbles is 16, so the denominator is 16. Now, 8 over 16 or 8 sixteenths is equal to 1 half. Lowest term po yun. Now, how about number 12?
For number 12, Tutor Ruel, take it away.
Okay, Ellie rolled a fair die once. What is the probability that a 2 or an odd number will turn up? Is it A, 1/6, B, 1/3, C, 1 half, or letter D, 2/3? Again, Ellie rolled a fair die once. What is the probability that a 2 or an odd number will turn up? Ano kaya yung sagot sa number 12? Again, naglagay ng word na or. In short, you will add the two probabilities. Okay, sa isang die, ilan yung number 2? Isa. Ilan yung odd number? 3. So, we have 4 out of 6. Okay, kunin nyo na yung lowest term nun. And that is the answer. Tutor Joy, may mga sagot na po ba?
Ayan, sabi po ni Gerald, ni Pia, ni Harchie, ni Kurt, ni Jeneline, ni Jillian, ni Reviz Lotha, ni John, Rosel, at Mia, letter D as in dog daw po, which is 2/3. Let's find out if they are correct. So,
Okay.
number 12 is letter D, 2/3. So, ang original nating answer dyan is 4 out of 6 kasi nga isang beses lang lalabas ang 2 sa isang fair die. At meron tayong tatlong odd number, 1, 3, and 5. So, 1 over 6 plus 3 over 6 is 4 over 6. And simplifying that will result to 2/3. And for challenge number 13, we have this problem.
Okay. A card is drawn from a standard deck of 52 cards. What is the probability of drawing a diamond or a face card? Is it A, 5/26, B, 7/26, C, 9/26, or letter D, 11/26? Timer starts now. So nakalagay, or so you're going to add the two probabilities. Sa diamond, we have 13. Sa face card, we have ilan? 3 times 4, we have 12. Kaya lang, for number 13, it is not mutually exclusive event. So, may common sa kanila. Magma-minus pa tayo ng face card na diamond. And that is
3
3 out of
52.
52.
Yan, yung king, queen, jack natin, no, Tutor Ruel, babawas
Yeah.
natin. So, sa ating comment section, ang sagot nila, meron na bang sagot sa 13? Mukhang wala pa ako nakikita. Ayan. Pero for this, Tutor Ruel, ang tamang sagot, sabi mo nga, 13 out of 52, i-add sa 12 over 52, at ibabawas yung face card na diamond, which is 3 out of 52. So that is 13 plus 12 minus 3, a total of 22 over 52. Pero kailangang i-simplify. Ayan, humahabol. It's letter D, 11 over 26. Well done. Mukhang mga nag-aral to, Tutor Ruel talaga. Pinaghandaan ang challenges natin.
Nag-solve po talaga sila, coach, kaya medyo natagalan yung pag-post ng sagot. Very good, mathletes. Now, let's have number 14. Malapit na.
Ayan.
Okay.
The probability that a student plays volleyball is 0.57. The probability that a student likes cake is 0.42. What is the probability that a student selected at random plays volleyball and likes cake? Let's assume that the two events are independent. So is it A, 0.2374, B, 0.2394, C, 0.2384, or letter D, 0.2304? Timer starts now. So, Tutor Ruel, we are assuming that these two events, yung playing volleyball, liking a cake, are two independent events. Meaning, hindi naapektuhan ng probability ng second event yung probability ng first event or the other way around. So, kapag ganito, tandaan natin, these are just intersection of two events. So, we multiply the probabilities of these events. So, what is 0.57 times 0.42?
Okay, ano kayong sagot dyan? Again, imumultiply lang daw po yun. And the product of the two probabilities is the answer, which is letter?
Yan, letter B, Tutor Ruel, 0.2394. At tama naman yung mga mathletes natin sa ating comment section. Yan.
Yes.
And for our last item, Tutor Ruel, we have number 15.
Yes, for number 15, two cards are drawn from a deck of 52 cards. Find the probability of drawing a heart card first and followed by an ace if there is no replacement. Is it letter A, 1 and 1/53, B, 3 over 167, C, 1/51, or letter D, 3 over 170? Ano kayong sagot for number 15? Okay, nakalagay no replacement. So, ibig sabihin, for the second probability, ang magiging denominator mo is 51 na lang. Mababawasan yung 52 ng isa, magiging 51 na lang. For a heart card, ilan yung heart card dyan? May 13. So, 13 over 52. Ilan naman yung ace? May 4 tayo. So, 4 over 51.
51. So this is an example of getting the probability of dependent events, no, Tutor Ruel?
Yes, nakadepende. Yes, nakadepende yung probability ng second event sa first event. Kasi nakalagay no replacement. And the answer for number 15 is
Ayan. Ang sagot po, Tutor Ruel, ay letter C, 1/51. At sino ang mga nakatama sa ating comment section? Naglo-load po yung sa akin.
Yes.
Ayan. For
Okay, very
number
good.
15, yan si Ma'am Jesseline, si Gerald. Ang sagot po nila ay letter C. Ganon din si Rhea Nina, Rainiel, Pia, Mia, and Jeneline. At marami pang iba.
Yes, so binabati ko lang po yung student ko po dyan, si Warren, si John Razel, si Ara Jane. Okay, hello po sa inyo. Now, okay, Matrix, nakailan po kaya kayo sa 15 summative test po natin? So, okay lang po kung medyo mababa yung nakuha. So, kung medyo mababa, pag-aralan po. Then, kung mataas, very good, well done. Okay po? So, Coach Joy, nakailan po kaya sila?
Ayan, ang sabi nila dito, ayan, 13/15 daw po si Pia, good job. 14/15 naman si Gerald,
Oh, very
10/15
good.
si Warren, 14/15 si Ellie, at mga 13/15 si Mia, 12/15 si Jillian, at marami pang nagsisend. Ngayon, Tutor Ruel, wala tayong weekly challenge for the last week of third quarter. Ang challenge na natin sa kanila ay i-grab yung chance for the Holy Week na magnilay-nilay, magpahinga, pero gusto rin nating i-recognize yung mga excellent duties natin. Tama
Yes.
po ba?
Tamang-tama po. Sino-sino kayo yung ma-recognize natin for the third quarter? Remind lang po dun sa hindi po natin ma-recognize. Okay, alam ko po by fourth quarter, you will be recognized po. Aside po kasi sa excellent duty, we'll also recognize active athlete on the entire quarter. So kahit hindi po kayo ma-feature, pwede po kayong ma-awardan din as you participate on our weekly sessions sa DepEd ETUlay. Okay po? Again, kung hindi man po ma-feature sa ating as athlete of the week, pero active po kayo mag-participate and sumagot, we'll recognize you at the end of the quarter. Okay po? Tama po ba yun, Coach Joy?
Tama, Tutor Ruel, at medyo nalaglag po ko dun sa ating StreamYard kanina. Pero ayan, nagbabalik po ako. So, i-share
Okay,
ko
this
lang po
time,
ang aking screen.
yes, sino-sino po kaya ang ma-recognize natin as excellent duty? Sino-sino ang mga supportive math coaches? At sino-sinong schools naman ang ma-recognize natin as most supportive schools sa ating DepEd ETUlay in Mathematics 10?
Ayan, so
Okay,
Tutor
excited
Ruel,
na po ako.
sa ating mathletes, sila po ang nakapresent dito sa ating mga certificates, at i-mention po natin yung mga schools and ang ating mga math coaches. Ayan. So, isi-send na lang po natin sa kanila ang kanilang certificates. Tama po ba, Tutor Ruel?
Yes po. Okay, sino-sino po kaya sila? Okay.
Ayan. Nakashare na po ba, sir?
Yes
Ayan,
po,
medyo
nakashare niyo po.
Ayan. And for our first excellent duty for the third quarter, we have, palakpakan naman po, for Regine or Piana. Ayan. So,
Congratulations.
we also have Kiana Templo Nuevo. Then next, Tutor Ruel, we have
Okay, congratulations to Catherine K. B. Obina. Excellent duty.
yan. And
We
we
also
also
have-
have Nagesh Lay A. Prades, excellent duty for Math 10. Next po, we
also have Jovan C. Austria. Excellent duty in Mathematics 10. Next OID is Harchi R. Denzalan, our excellent duty in Mathematics 10. Coach Joy?
Then we also have John Ray M. Frongoso, another excellent duty for Mathematics 10 for the third quarter. And go, Tutor Ruel.
We also have Rainiel M. De Vera, excellent duty in Mathematics 10. We also have
Ayan. So these are the math leads, no, for the excellent duties. Now, Tutor Ruel, for our math coaches, let me read the list that we have. For math coaches, we have Ma'am S.P. Ventura from Coliat High School, Ma'am Marie Rose F. Robles from San Mariano National High School, Sir Jonel P. Gonzalez from Ocampo National High School, Ma'am Jesseline G. Eje from Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School, Ma'am Princess Mary Quinta from Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School, Sir Carl Justin V. Condino, student teacher from Ocampo National High School. Lastly, we have Ma'am Jenilyn Ignacio from Macabebe High School. Then, sir, we also have the Matuhusay schools for the end of the third quarter.
Yes, we also have the Matusay schools. We have from Ocampo National High School, SDO Camsur. We have Godofredo Reyes Senior National High School from SDO Camsur. We also have San Mariano National High School, SDO Isabela. We also have LFG Diamantina National High School, SDO Isabela. We have Culiat High School, SDO Quezon City. We also have Antipolo National High School, SDO Camarines Sur, and Macabebe High School, SDO Pampanga, and also Quirino National High School, SDO Isabela. Coach Joy, alam ko po na ipopost po natin yung mga awardees natin, di ba po, sa DepEd ETUlay
Yes
Facebook
po.
page.
So, aabangan po natin yung ating posting for our quarter end recognition for the third quarter. And once again, congratulations po na survive natin ang buong third quarter to our tutees, to our mathletes, math husay schools, and math coaches.
Yes, so once again po, congratulations po sa lahat. Binabati ko po, I would like to take this opportunity para batiin po ang aming SDS. Ma'am Loida Nidea, our ASDS, Sir Sueño Lozada, may EPS po, Ma'am Sara Christine Godoy, our PSDS, Ma'am Lourdes Nopre, my principal, Ma'am Eva Malanyaon, my department head, Sir Junel Gonzalez, to all the math coaches, may co-teachers, mathletes, sa lahat-lahat po. Thank you so much for watching and also for supporting DepEd ETUlay online tutorial. Coach Joy?
Ganon din po ako, pinasasalamatan po namin ang aming SDS, Dr. Losaria, ang aming school principal, Ma'am Priscilla S. Katanawan, at ang aming SRM Department Head, Miss Ronalie Coco. So, salamat po sa mga suporta ng bawat school, ng bawat teacher, ng bawat magulang, at syempre ng bawat bata na kasabay din nating natututo for this DepEd ETUlay. At inaasahan natin, no, Tutor Ruel, na magkikita-kita pa tayong lahat on during the fourth quarter. Konting-konti na lang patapos na ang school year na to.
Yes po, at marami po tayong i-feature na mga mathletes. We have most active mathlete aside po sa excellent tutor. Okay po? So don't worry mathletes, kung hindi po kayo na-feature, next quarter, i-feature po namin kayo. Okay, basta asahan po namin na nandyan pa rin kayo on our quarter 4 in Mathematics 10. So once again po, I'm Tutor Roel from SDO Camarines Sur, your math coach in Math 10.
At may mga nagtithank you sa ating comment section, Tutor Roel, you're always welcome. And this is Tutor Joy Villarreal from SDO Caloocan City, always reminding everyone that learning math is more fun when we can see and appreciate its beauty. Thank you, Tutor Ruel.
Thank you po. See you next quarter.
Ayan, see you next quarter po. Bye!
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag #ETUlayLevelUp. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!